Come on! Come on! Don't tell me you're sorry, cause you're not. Baby, cause you know you're only sorry you got caught. But you put on quite a show. Really had me going. But it's over now. Go on and take. Hi! And welcome to today's video. I haven't made a video in how do people even start videos anymore? I have not made a video in a really long time. I think I'm just gonna jump in and not like pussyfoot. I don't even know if that's the right term, whatever. I'm Janae, I'm a writer, and I am actually trying to take finishing my book, like, aggressively seriously, because I have been writing this book for going on almost 10 years. And I'm not that I'm tired of writing it, but I just need it to be finished. I've had years of, like, where I don't touch the book at all, where I leave the story behind, where I'm so caught up in my own shit. Like, I have gone through so much, like, personal life shit and have continuously been writing this book, and now I'm kind of just like, I'm gonna fucking finish it. And I'm going to fucking finish it. So for NaNoWriMo, I'm going to work through the book. I'm going to fucking finish the book. And I need to keep saying fucking finish because I'm determined. And so I'm taking Preptober seriously for the first time ever. Like, I am doing everything. I was looking around to try and find blogs or things that I can do to try and figure out how to fully do Preptober, because it's, again, something I've never done before. And I was reading that finding different resources so that you can have your characters. Also, I'm putting all the information for everything that I've done up until now in the description. So if you need links, I got you with the links. But I found that, like, doing, like, actually visualizing and seeing my characters. I used to use, like, Pick Crew, and during the pandemic when I had money because of unemployment, I had an artist paint two of my main characters, but I needed visualization for all of them, and I was trying not to use AI software because I know how shit AI software is. But unfortunately, I had to use AI software because I can't afford to have someone paint, like, all the characters. And I also don't even know how to, like, fully, like, make them come to life, so to speak, and, like, to convey that to someone else. Like, if I was able to draw or make art, then I feel like I would fully be able to, like, you know, do it all out. But I can't. I am not an artist like that. So I just did not know how to do it. But then I use, like, an AI software in order for me to actually see my characters' faces. I feel like two of my main characters, like, using the AI software, they look too pretty. Like, they are absolutely stunning visually, and I feel like they need a little bit of grime, because one of them is, like, a super nerd in the whole like, not scientist, what is the word? Technical engineer kind of vibe. Like, she's dirty, she's greasy, she's sweaty, she lays in her bed for most of the time. She's like, she's a hobbit. Like, she stays by herself. And so for her to look as stunning as she does in, like, my little AI gathering, I need to change that up. And then another one of my characters, like, she's depressed, she's stressed, and she was held captive for 2 decades. There's no way that she looks that fucking stunning. And so I need to like figure out how to like roughen them up, which I'm going to do before I officially show everybody the characters that I'm working on. Also follow my Instagram if you want to see the characters that I'm working on. I'll post them soon. But yeah, and I also was able to create my complete world map, which is something that I've done before, but not in this like really cool way. I think it's called like Inkermate or something like that. I'll put it in the description as I said before, but using that software I was able to put in the trees and the mountains and namelands. I also created a whole new kingdom, and I've been rereading the Throne of Glass series. I would also like to say I have not taken my ADHD meds today, and I'm tired, so I'm just going to make this video, and I also haven't made a video in a long time. I don't know what format I'm supposed to use, so I'm just gonna do like stream of consciousness talking about Preptober. Enjoy, okay? Anyways, so I used, I was reading Throne of Glass, Throne of Glass is not a new series. It's a series written by Sarah J. Maas, and it's been my favorite, one of my favorite fantasy series like ever. And that book has a lot of like, that series really was that series was a big inspiration for my book. A lot of like, I love that she had a badass heroine who she's had her period, which is something that a lot of female characters do not have in these books. They do not have periods. Why don't we have periods? Why aren't we laid out on the floor on our asses because we have cramps and, you know, like, why isn't that a thing that happens? And then also, like, she had multiple partners within the series before she found her person, and a lot of the other characters also have multiple partners before they find their person. So it's like people are dating. It's not like, oh, I have a one true love and this is it. It's like a multiple dating kind of like, and you can really see the characters grow and understand. And each kingdom or land has like all these different cultures, all these different backgrounds. They worship these gods and goddesses, like, and that is just so fucking accurate to our own human experience. And I feel like because there are all these different like connections to these gods and goddesses and the ways that they are connecting with each other, I feel like it gave the characters, well, the story, like a lot more power. And I'm on the last book of the series, and I found myself like pausing. Like, I'm in the climax of the book, of the last book, and I'm just like, I don't even want to continue, because I even remember when I was reading the last book for the first time and how I cried for characters who were going through big things at the time. Like, I was so connected to these characters, and it was, for me, it was years of me reading it, because I read the book before, I think it was a little after the second book came out, or a little after the third book came out. I don't remember. But I read the book at a time where I was just like, crap, I'm so attached to these characters. I love these characters. And I vividly remember refusing to go out on a Friday night at my college because I was like, I need to finish this book. And then also like screaming and crying into the book. And my friend, my roommate, was just like, Janae, what's happening? And it's because I was so into these characters where I had to get up, stop reading the book. And I was like, let's go out, let's get drunk. Let's just like, let me try and like forget this book for a second, because what the fuck, and in order for me to come back in. Like, I want my book to be something that people can get really attached to, which is point of the story. But I also realized that in order for me to do that, I need to have like a full-bodied ass book. Like, the magic needs to be on point. Cultures in different kingdoms, what kind of accents do they have in different places? How are people, like, it needs to be like fully formed and fully grounded. And I feel like the way I have been writing it before, it wasn't really like grounded in much of anything. It was a story. but it wasn't a story with a lot more meat. And I'm kind of a little bit frustrated, just like a smidge frustrated, because I had like a lot of people read my book before, and a lot of people compliment the world building. And you know what? It could be me being just self-critical. I'm gonna give you that, because I am very, very hard on myself when it comes to my creativity. So I feel like there's a lot of good world building in my book already. I could give myself that, but I want so much more. I want them to have, like, you know when books have those sayings where they're just like, for like During the Glass, there was like the gods have spoken, thank Mala. Like, they'll thank their gods and like the way that they communicate and stuff like that. And then you get to understand like these deep rooted cultural aspects of all of these characters. Like, I want that so badly. So I want to do it for my book so badly. I want to be so like engrossed in everything that I am putting out. So I'm slowly but surely working on that. The things that I am doing, I also love that when I see like authors and they show their writing process, which is why I think that it's so important for authors to show their writing process. Because the way I devour the internet trying to find, like, especially like the bigger name folks, and I'm not like making them do anything, but like, I want to see how V.E. Schwab, like Victoria Schwab, writes. Like, how does she do sticky notes? Does she do a sticky note method? Does she do various journals? How, like, what does she do? Victoria Aveyard, like, how do you guys, Cassandra Clare, I'm naming a lot of white women. I just want to see how they all create their books. Because I am going to use the sticky note method, and I'm going to write out, each color is going to have a different character. I'm going to write their total overview, like everything that they're going through with the book, their whole outline of the story, in order for me to, because I'm also rewriting the entire thing. I thought of like a friend of mine helped me figure out or follow through with the idea that I had with the way I wanted my story to go, because at first I was going to make it so that she doesn't remember her past life, but now I'm gonna make it so that she does remember her past life. So there's gonna be like a whole new, and I'm not getting the whole details because I don't want to spoil my future book. But in order for me to do that, the perception, everyone's like idea of how things are going and interacting, it's changing. And now I'm going to use like different colors in order for me to write the storylines of each characters. And the way that I usually, because I have multiple POV in my book, the way that I usually edit through or write my story is I focus on one character until I'm completely done with like editing their work, and then I go into the next one. And the reason why I know that that was like really amazing is because I had one of my editors, like, she was editing through the book and I was solely focusing on editing on one character's story. And throughout it, she was just like, no, I really love this character. This character is really great. This character is phenomenal. Like, because I was fully editing through her story and her story only, and not really thinking about it as like as a connection to the rest of the story when I was doing like the editing and the writing. I was only focusing on it as her personal story. And I feel like that has worked for me a lot, where I'm only working on one person at this point of my story. My book is like 300 pages right now, and so I have like excuse me, I already have like a lot of meat to work through. So I feel like at this point it was really comfortable for me to do that. I don't know where anyone else is, but just my little advice. I also plan on working on I'm doing a series of love stories because I've been so obsessed with like Talia Hibbert and Chloe Leese, and I'm not going to remember anyone else's name, but there are a lot of really phenomenal authors who write a series of love stories based on like a tight-knit group of friends or a group of siblings, and I am so obsessed with them. I think that they're so cute. I think that they're so fun. And within my own group of friends, small story is I have like these two friends, and we've all just been like, where are our love stories? Because we've had crushes with people and it just doesn't pan out. We've had relationships that we wanted and it just didn't work out the way we wanted it to. We've just been having like a little heartbreak moment after heartbreak, or maybe that's just me. But I want to see me fall in love, you know? And if it's not going to happen anytime soon, realistically, I am so down with writing my own love story fictitiously. But it's going to be completely fake. It's going to be a version of me, but not actually me, and a version of my friends, but not actually my friends, because I realize how awkward it would be for me to write my friends having sex, because everything that I plan on writing is going to be dirty. Because I have been in my smut era for the past 2 years. Smut is what got me out of a reading slump, and I have not been in a reading slump since. So, yeah. So I'm working on, I'm only laughing because I love my little train of thought, because, go Janae. I'm working on my big fantasy book. And then I'm also going to work on my cute little romance book. I also have this other story that I've wanted to like touch on, because it's like a Snow White and Sleeping Beauty, but as Marceline and Princess Bubblegum. Yeah, like timeless lovers kind of vibe. And I think it's super cute and I really want to work on it. But obviously I'm so focused on the big book, and then I am trying to write a romance. So yeah, I also realized that I had a hard time writing romance in my big book before, because I haven't had like romance. I write from experience. I just spat so much. That was disgusting. I write from experience instead of like anything else. So I had like a whole like situationship for the past couple months where there was a lot of love and a lot of like care and appreciation, and I plan on putting like the good parts within my book so that, you know, there's a lot more like body to it, because I was rereading some of my romance scenes before and I was like, this doesn't seem accurate. So I had to like flip this. I also had like another friend who was reading my book, and she was just like, no, I don't feel like this relationship is it, because the way that like romantic partners like interact with each other, it's kind of like they bicker as if they're like siblings or something. Not siblings. She used siblings, and I was like, that threw me off. But I do get it. Like when you're in a like relationship, like you kind of bicker, you kind of annoy each other, but it's all in like good love. So I'm gonna add a lot more like playfulness to my characters and how they develop their feelings and how they grow, and there's a lot more meat that I'm adding to this book, and my sticky note method is gonna help. I also use Notion. There is a specific template that I use that I paid for, and I use it for all of my books. I'm trying to input all of the information into this book because I try and write everything on Scrivener, but Scrivener, I have not fully understood how using Dropbox is gonna help me connect with Scrivener. Like, there was a time, a second, a moment in time where I was like, wow, I did it. I can do this for forever. I know how to do it so that I can have seamless access to my book on all of my devices. And then it didn't work, and so now I'm just like, okay, well, I'll just use my laptop. I have to get a new battery for my laptop. If you want to donate to the Getting Janae a New Battery for Her Laptop Fund, just let me know, and I'll just give you my information. But where was I going with this? Oh, because Scrivener isn't like a seamless access, and writing my books on Google Docs just does not slap for me any longer. I've been putting all of the info into Notion. Notion is where I can have character descriptions, character relationships, the outline, a to-do list for everything that I need to do with all my characters. I have all of the information there, and I spend a lot of my time at my movie theater job, and so whenever I go to my movie theater job and it's dead at work, I'm like, I would love to, you know, work on my book, now that there's literally nothing to do, and I don't want to keep carrying my heavy ass laptops around with me everywhere. So being able to have it on my phone, on my iPad would be really fucking beneficial. So I'm trying to input all of the information to my book and all the updates that I'm making into Notion, so that I can have access to it everywhere I go. I also wanted to carry around a binder that I can't find right now. I have journals for this book. I have binders for this book. We'll soon have sticky notes around my room for this book. But it's also incredibly helpful for me to have like multiples of all of those things in 2 different places, like Notion and physical, or Google Docs and physical. Like it's nicer for me to have it in multiple places in case I need to jump around, and it is kind of tedious sometimes, but I am always so grateful when I have like those moments where I'm just like, oh wait, didn't I have like this whole new breakthrough of how I wanted these characters to like do things? And I'm like, shit, where did I put that breakthrough? And then it's better if I didn't just write it down in like one of my notebooks, my journals that I left at home. Instead, I like transfer that information into my Notion so that I can have it everywhere I go. Preptober, also I will be looking for places around the city that I can go sit and write. I'm trying to like long story short myself because I just went on a whole fucking tangent. But I also found that like having a reward system for myself, ways to de-stress. I will be doing things like physical activities because I want to get myself more physically active. I'm trying to find a physical activity that I genuinely enjoy. So every week when I reach a goal, I'm going to go to a yoga class, a dance class, boxing. I got into boxing again and I want to keep that shit up. But I'm going to treat myself to like those kind of things instead of being like, oh, I get to go and have a fancy dinner, because I can't always afford a fancy dinner. And I also have stocked up on bath bombs. I'm going outside today to go and pick them up. I have a bunch of bath bombs, and that's my favorite way to de-stress when my shift gets really rough or I'm just like super exhausted with existing. I just hop in the bathtub. We got a whole new bathtub. The bathroom got redone this year, and anytime I have a minor inconvenience, I hop in the bathtub. Lush bath bombs are better than I've ever had. Like, I have yet to find, and if you have a better bath bomb, please let me know, because Lush is taking up all my money, and I hate when big businesses take up my money. So yeah, but having a reward system after you accomplish each goal. I've also, and maybe I'll be like tech savvy and like put up my my monthly calendars of the things that I want to accomplish. I have like an October Preptober monthly outline of things that I need to do before November, and then by the end of October I put it so that I can write out what I plan on doing every week in November. So I'm like trying to space out all the things that I need to do so that I can be fully prepped and then fully finish my book. You know, I'm trying to micromanage myself, because if I don't micromanage myself, then it's not going to get done, and it needs to get done because I'm tired of writing this book. I love the book. I love the characters. I love the story, but I want to get to book 2, you know? Yeah. There was a time where I thought that I was finished with the book. I was not. I kind of like rushed through the ending because I was like, oh, I'm tired of doing this, and I would just like force everything out. But no, I'm going to be patient, so myself micromanage everything and make sure that this book comes out perfect. If you want to join me along the process, please do. I'm going to try and post a video every week about my Preptober experiences. I'm a little bit delayed because I had like imposter syndrome and anxiety and all that shit. But I would like to post every week like little updates of the things that I've been doing. Maybe I'll do like cute little vlogs where I'm doing a little Preptober work, you know? I'll figure something out. But I want to start posting again. So, yeah. I will see you when I see you. Hopefully that's next week. I will make no promises because anxiety, depression, and all that shit kind of gets in the way. But we'll see. Cheers. This is not beer. It looks like beer. It's not beer. Or is it? Why are you so clingy? What if I picked you up? You ever wear an item of clothing so much that it feels like you should, like, stop? Try it. I'm gonna sing to you, okay? I need to eat food.